appreciate for your cooperation with us and making yesterday's session a successful one. It's my pleasure to walk you through the conference, introduce you to the speakers, and making yesterday's session a successful one. It's my pleasure to walk you through the conference, introduce you to the speakers, and delegates that are come from all over the country today to share their knowledge and enhance our mental horizon. Today is break ஆகுதா?
Dear participants, you please wait for a few minutes.
So sorry for the inconvenience. We once again welcome you all. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Harishma Shri, and I'm from Kamaraj College, and I will be the master of ceremony today. The secret of getting ahead is getting started by Mark Twain. We extend a warm and cordial welcome to the second day of International E-Conference on Talent Management and Effective Workforce. I hope you had a good day with us yesterday, and we really appreciate for your cooperation with us and making yesterday's session a successful one. It's my pleasure to walk you through the conference, introduce you to the speakers and delegates that have come from all over the country today to share their knowledge and enhance our mental horizon. Today's conference has about 200 participants. Once again, I welcome our guest director, HOD, faculties, and our fellow participants. So, review of the past session. Now I'm going to give you a small review of yesterday's conference. I'm proud to say that the level of conference has gone to a next level with our expertise and knowledge shared by our presenters was excellent. And I would also like to thank Dr. P. Arnachalam, Cochin University of Science and Technology, who gave the inaugural address and talked on the topic employment opportunity in India. It was an excellent session, sir, and a thought-provoking speech given by you. And we'd like to thank Ms. Doris Padmini S. Silvaratnam, University Kebankisan, Malaysia, who's our first guest speaker and talked about the talents to fight poverty and enhance development. It was an organized and insightful session. Thank you, ma'am. And also thank you, Dr. Palnivel, sir, from Shraddha University for the second session, sir, and talking on the topic new dimension of workforce. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to call upon our respected HOD to deliver the welcome address. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Is it audible?
Yes, sir, yes, it is. Yeah, you can hear you can continue, sir.
Good afternoon to all. Respected secretary, respected principal, respected director, and respected today resource person, and respected participants from various institutes, and respected faculty members of our department, and respected faculty members of various institutes, and also from Kamaraj College, and my dear students. Today, we are organizing international e-conference successfully. And I would like to thank yesterday resource person, Professor Dr. Arnachalam, and Professor Sister Dr. Toris Padmini, and Dr. R.V. Palanive for given unexpected performance on yesterday. And I also thank their participants for kind cooperation for the success of past session. And definitely I tell you, today I will give a break after the first session. So I am really sorry. Yesterday I couldn't even break for you. So definitely I will give you a break after the first session. So I want to ask sorry today. Now, today the resource person, Dr. P. Vikraman sir, Associate Professor, Department of Management Studies, Anna University Regional Campus, Coimbatore. He is a man for simplicity, kind and cooperation, and also dedication, because he served in various honorable posts and also now serving different kind of honorable posts. Personally, I know, that's why I felt about that person, his quality and work in the academic side and also other side. When I communicate for the purpose of organizing this event, he immediately said, Karupaswamy, don't worry, we can do all the things for you. And also he motivated me, Karupaswamy, you certainly do something for the conference and teach me how organize this program successfully, and also given some important things to us. Definitely, sir, in the society, such a great man we have now as a resource person today. So, on behalf of our department, I really welcome you, sir, for this session. And also, Dr. N. Ramkumar, sir, really thanks of you, sir, for accepting my request, and also given such a valuable time for us in your busy schedule. I well known about your busy schedule. He organized many programs for business community and also business students. He was unique and definitely beneficial to target audience, and also such a great human being. He accepted my request when I sent the mail. So in this way, I really welcome Dr. Ramkumar sir for this wonderful occasion. I welcome you, sir, and I welcome today Master of Ceremony, our faculty member Arishma Sri, and also my dear students Tamil, Karthik, Ivan, Khalid, and Kevin for arranging the wonderful technical support. And also I welcome faculty members of our department and respected participants, and also some well-wishers are here. And one thing I want to tell about that person, today chairperson, my dear friend Dr. D. Raman. He accepted my request to introduce the today's session. He is such a great human being. He supported a lot for us. So in this way, I really welcome dear friend Dr. Raman for this today session. So once again, I welcome you all for this wonderful event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Karpasamy, sir. Now I'd like to invite Dr. Raman, Head of the Department of Economics, as our chairperson to introduce the guest of our day.
Thank you. A very good afternoon to everyone. I am immensely blessed to take this opportunity to introduce our research person of this section. First and foremost, I would like to introduce the Honorable Resource Person, Professor Dr. N. Ram Kumar. Professor Dr. N. Ram Kumar, an active academic researcher in the field of HRT and OP, holding the doctorate from Anna University, Chennai. He has a strong academic background with a distinction in BBM and university rank holder of MBA from Baraja University, Coimbatore. The across country of including USA and Malaysia, Singapore for academic purposes and research activities. I would like to welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind introduction, sir.
Dr. N. Ram Kumar, sir, you can start your session, sir.
Fine. Thank you. Yeah. So hope you can view my slide. Can hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is it audible?
Yeah, fine. Okay. Sure. Okay, sir. Thank you. So thank you for all your kind words, Karpasamy sir, and all our supporting members of Kamaraj College. So it's my pleasure to share my thoughts on talent management today. I think as sir told, Karpasamy called almost 2-3 weeks before asking for an application. Immediately accepted. Okay, so because there's a chance of exchanging ideas among the research community. Okay. So moving down the slides. So there's a topic I thought for. Okay, the moment I heard talent management, I just like to know about research background. It really matters. That is a research outlook, and then we'll try to understand what is going on in talent management, and the global context and so on. So that's the outline for next about 30-40 minutes. I think for the past one day, you're all discussing about the same words, talent management. So now also we say same thing. So we start what is talent management, then slowly we just all research backups. Okay, some research done in TM in global context. Next, we move on to what factors affecting talent management, consequences. So there are some of the broad categories of topics which I have researched and I'll share among you. Okay. So basically, the whole outline of the today's discussion is purely research based. Okay, they're all taken from research papers, empirical papers. Okay. So I'm not talking from my own understanding. It's only about research backups. It's not a practitioner based paper. It's only purely empirical based. Fine. So talent have different kind of connotations from different countries. Okay, and when you ask what is talent, you have your understanding. Likewise, when you go to America, Africa, some other countries, they have their own way of interpreting the word talent. Okay. For example, I just took over some few research articles that talks about the definition, the how talent is viewed. So for example, in Germany, they say talent means more of specialized job knowledge. Okay, when you become more specialized in your job, then that is called as a talent for you. So when you talk about in France, so they talk about how good you're using your French language. Fine. So they don't talk about job knowledge. Let's say they talk about your domain specific language. How far your precise and eloquent use of French. Okay. So talent definition differs across all horizons. Right. For example, Finnish. So they talk about talent means something inborn quality. So the moment you are born, something is inside developed that is called talent, and it's also domain specific. These are some of the views of various people got from various nations. So following the same discussion, in Russia they say okay, talent is a kind of gift, not it's like a gift. So it's more about your effort for your own development. Okay, so these are some of the interesting definitions which I have thought of sharing with you. A kind of thought. You know what is talent. Okay. So again, reinforcing my stand for the day, what the whole content which I prepared is purely research based. I want to share among the research audiences. Okay, as Karapsamy sir told, we have participants from all over the world. I could find some few names of Africa, and we have research people, we have student community. Okay, so my objective is to just share my thoughts and to see how research is done in talent management area. So when we talk about talent, we had a variety of definitions, variety of thought process. Likewise for talent management, we have a lot of focuses. Okay, so an interesting thing which I selected was, so TM means more of recognizing individual traits, skill set, and try to match you with the required job. So it's more of a job fit culture. Okay. So the very famous word of TM talks about attracting, developing, and retaining. So these three called as the very three pillars of talent management: attracting high skilled employees, developing them to a higher level, and you have to retain them in the same organization. Okay. When you look at the origin of talent management, it is not so modern, so new. So it happened about 20-30 years back in Western context. In 1990s itself, they framed the word. But now only we are giving more focus on TM, lot of conference happening, sub teams are there. So today, wonderfully, I can see a whole team itself is on talent management. Okay, it is all coined by David Watkins, a person, very senior researcher, Western context. But it was popularized by McKinsey. Yeah, so McKinsey is a very famous company, a consultant company. So they had a book called The War of Talent, 1998. So look at the year I'm just talking about, some 25 years before itself. The word was coined, the book was written, it was published. Okay. So the war for talent, the research community here will be agreeing with me. Very wonderful word, which you have seen in your reviews, literature papers, the war for talent. Okay. So another interesting research paper which I have encountered when I was searching for preparing the keynote session, it's done by Lewis and Heckman. A very interesting thing. So they talk about three different streams or three different facets, three different focus, three different lenses of talent management. Because the first stream is more ancient, where we talk only about HRM, is itself a kind of talent management. Yeah, so people, we have MBA students on board. We have some BBA department heads on board, faculty members in management. So all will know what is HRM, more traditional approach. So the first stream, it talks about HRM itself as reclaimed as talent management. There's some minor differences. For example, we say doing HRM in a more faster scenario, expanding HRM across enterprise. This they viewed as a talent management. So talent means it equal more of human capital. So generally, those days they believe talent means more of HRM equal to HRM. So one of the definition in those eras, okay, it talks about talent is everything. Okay, it encompasses human resource, which a company want to acquire, retain, develop in order to meet their business goals. So in this view, talent management is equal to HRM. Okay, as I already told, they're all words given by Cheese, Thomas Gregg in their own research papers. Okay, so I'm just repeating. So my full presentation is culmination of various research papers, which is published on talent management. Fine. So that's about the first stream. Moving to second stream, that second school of thought or second era, what happened means. So second stream talks about the concept of talent pools. Okay, we talk about think tank, talent pools, and the top layer management. Okay, so they ensure that there's adequate flow of employees throughout the organization. So it talks about the skill level peoples. So with regard to second stream, what happened means it talks more about positive approach to the HRM, where if give more focus on development, training, and exceptional abilities. So this approach showed some high importance to the HRD and competency management. Okay, when you can see the transition, earlier it was only HRM across enterprise with some kind of business orientation. Now they are bring about the word called HRD. It's about developing people, also managing competency. Okay, fine. Come to last and final third stream, third approach. They again talks about two things. Okay, they all talk about high performing talent. I just try to take just a minute. Fine, I just thought of taking a annotation spotlight symbol. It's not available, no issues. Okay, you can follow the cursors. Okay, so third stream. So we talk about first focus. We introduce a term called high performing talent. The talent with high potential. So where we talk about star performers, A performers, okay, amongst the organization. So that's the emergence of talent management in business organizations, where we had a label or tag called as top performers, A performers, the high class performers likewise. Okay. Second view very clearly states that you have to develop your own talents. Everyone has their own talents. HR should develop them for higher achievement. So the whole pressure comes to the HR department to develop the A performance inside the company itself. So these are all dominant themes in TM. That means your talent management literature. When you look at the definition part of third stream, so talent refers to all employees who rank at the higher level in terms of capability and performance. Okay, we're not looking at hierarchy. We look at the more of capacity, capability, and performance of them in the current job and also for the future job. Okay, there are a lot of support, research support for this particular theme definition. As I already told, these employees are called as A players, high performers, or high potential people. So these called nomenclatures which is prevailing in the global context. Fine. Yeah. So moving down, there's a wholesome definition which I got from the literature support, which I have to reinforce in the forum. So TM is more of 3-4 areas. It's more of attracting people, identifying the good talent, developing them, engaging them properly, and retain. Retention is a very important phenomenon of all HR professionals. Retention and deployment of those individuals. Fine. So whenever you present a research paper, I think this kind of definition will be, we have seen already. Okay, similar kind of definitions. When I also browsed, there are a lot of definition which came regarding talent management. This I thought, okay, it's more of culmination of so many interesting part of HRM, attraction, identifying, developing, retaining, high potential. It adds more value to the organization. Just a minute. Yeah. Just got a chat. I thought something. Okay, this is introduction of somebody. Okay, fine. So putting in a nutshell in a diagrammatic representation, so it talks about TMS talks about 4 major areas which are keep on reinforcing. So it starts with acquisition, development, deployment, and retention. So researchers in this area, I think all you, when you present a paper, it could be in some of these areas. I'm not sure about your research paper topics. Roughly, I'm guessing. I'm also ensuring that either of your researchers fall under these domains, either in talent acquisition, talent development, deployment of talent, or retention of talent. When you make a univariate paper, a descriptive research papers. Fine. Yeah. Okay, just slowly going to the global context, how things are going on in other countries. For example, we'll take China-owned companies. Okay, again, research-based finding. So one of the findings says performance appraisal is becoming a very key practice for talent management. Fine. So rather than development, they look at the appraisal mechanism. Why means there is a fear of employee poaching. So employee poaching means, I think probably when you develop a person, there's a high chance of that person will be taken by your competitor in any kind of ways. Okay, all will be experiencing now. You will be getting a mail from Naukri.com, LinkedIn, saying that your profile is selected, you're willing to work in Saudi or US or Malaysia. Suddenly a mail pops out. So there's a lot of poaching happening across the global level. Without your knowledge, permission, okay, they'll try to poach you. Okay, so Chinese, they have a fear of poaching, so they don't develop employees. But what happens in the other end, many Chinese employees, they tend to leave the company because they're not seeing any development opportunities. So you have a tit for tat situation, tight situation, where the companies feel that we'll let us focus only on appraisal, let us not focus on talent development. Whereas employees very clearly focus that I want development or else I will leave the company. Okay, so there's a high level of disparity in terms of Chinese context. So moving down to another Asian countries, I think talk about Australia. So in Australia, I think government department agencies, they are more modern in the way of people viewing people, the culture part. Okay, so they give more focus on brand promise. We are talking about employer branding. Okay, it's not a marketing brand, it's about HR branding, employer brand. Okay, how the employee, potential employee looks at an employer as his potential employer. That talks about employer branding. So brand promises, brand vision, brand experience are being developed. Okay, so for example, when we talk about a very good companies, very top-notch companies, so people tend to apply more rather than a unknown company. So in also what happens, they tend to develop a kind of brand and deliver brand promises. They have a brand vision, brand experience in terms of an employer. Okay, so if such kind of develop, what happens? So automatically you get good talent moving towards your company. Okay. Slowly moving down to again one more interesting study I thought of sharing. So there is a major survey done among Australian HR practitioners with researchers. Okay, and they also found employer of choice was not a significant issue, just counter claim done by the previous study. The previous study very strongly believed about the employer branding part. Fine. So they talk more about brand image, brand quality, employer brands and the stuff. But practitioners, practically what they found was, so no more employer of choice is an issue. It was a significant issue. Okay. So again, they introduce a word called war for talent, which is a very major weakness in Australian organizations. Okay. So they realize the importance of retention, development, which is a very important source of competitive advantage. Okay, so there's some of the thoughts in global level which I want to share with you regarding talent management. Okay, so without antecedents of the research variables, you can't do a research. Okay, you take any kind of topics on the example of HRM, be it knowledge management or employee engagement or satisfaction or involvement or commitment, anything which you take, there are some factors which leads to. Correct. Okay, we talk about the famous IPO model, input, process, output. So there are a lot of inputs are there, factors are there, which affects a process. So here we are taking TM, talent management as a process. A lot of input required for its success. It's called as antecedents in research. Yes. Just hold on, just have some water and just continue. Climate is not okay here. There continuous rain, lot of cold. You got infected throat, light infected. Just a moment. Yeah, sorry. So continuing discussions, antecedents is a very, very famous thing in research, because when you take any kind of research variable in HR, there are some factors which influences, right? Likewise, for talent management, there are a lot of factors that enhances team practice in organizations. First thing is about your strategic alignment or strategic attention. So strategy means we talk about the long-term perspective from the top management angle. So we require alignment in terms of all departments, sales, marketing, production, with overall business strategy. Okay, maybe in your researches, should have seen a lot of antecedents, should identify. Because in talent management, we talk about more of how to bring about talent management is largely based on factors that is going to affect your talent management. So first and foremost, which I refined and coined down is strategic attention or strategic alignment of the business strategy. Okay, all departments should be aligned, not only HR's responsibility, okay, sales, marketing, finance, production, all should be aligned towards developing their own talents within the departments. So it's not a one department, it's about whole enterprise responsibility. So that's one main important factor. Another factor which could be affecting to a strong commitment from the top management team. Okay, my fellow HR people will strongly believe what I'm saying. HR success, it's maximum depending on your top management support and commitment, involvement. They have to believe you, they have to support you in terms of financially, morally. Okay, then only you can bring all kind of interventions in your workplace. So it's all strongly felt by some researchers. So they also feel that a strong commitment should be there from the top management so that you can face all kind of economical, political, social challenges. So top management means we also talk about board of directors, board members. Okay, that's why Google is so famous because of people culture. So whenever we talk about people, we talk about Google, Southwest Airlines, and all case studies, Lion's few companies. Why? Because top management believe people are important resources of organization. Since they believe people, a lot of focus given on developing the talents. So antecedents main thing comes from the top management involvement, top management support. Right? So there are a lot of antecedents. If you list it down, there are n number of, at least you can take about 8 to 10 factors which affects the talent management. Okay, so I can't bring everything under one roof for today, just highlighting few antecedents. So don't think only these two are factors affecting talent management. Lot of other factors also is there. So slowly moving from antecedents. So antecedents talks about factors that leads to talent management. Slowly move on to, okay, talent management is there. A lot of practices are there. We talk about talent acquisition, retention, development, deployment. There are processes involved. End of the day, what is the benefit? Okay, to the bottom line, what is the consequences? In what way it is going to helpful to the organization? So those kind of questions are the basics for all kind of HR activities. Okay, those are called as consequences, right? So consequences, again, we can have n number of factors, n number of research variables. For example, okay, we talk about it has a very positive relation with performance organization in indirect manner. Okay, one of the miserable condition of HR is all intangible. Yeah, we can't exactly say only because of this performance has increased. So we always talk about indirect relationship. Okay, so we have effective talent management. So there's a high level of work motivation, which can be measured easily. Yeah, there's high level of commitment, which also can measure. We have standardized scales for measuring commitment. For example, you have Marin Airlines that have 3 commitments: affective, continuance. I'm forgetting one more thing: affective commitment, continuous, normative commitment. Yeah. So for all this, we have standard questionnaires available, which is measured: work motivation, commitment, or OCB, or citizen behavior, extra role behavior. Yeah, all measurable. There are some of the consequences of talent management. Few other things, for example, we can also measure the client satisfaction, on return investment to some extent. But financial performance connectivity is a challenging task, right? The researchers in this board or this particular meeting will be agreeing with me. HR's impact on company performance, we can't put in numbers. Very, very difficult. And a lot of research is done how to quantify HRs on the performance of company in terms of numbers. So normally we will be in a situation of failure. Now we can't exactly relate. For example, you are giving training, you're spending some cost on training. So can you equate that training cost with increased profit? Correlation will not come because the company's profit is coming so many other factors, not only because of training, but training has contributed to company performance. So we always talk about a kind of indirect impact or very minor impact. Okay, so ROI measurement, return on investment, is a very tedious task for HR person. Okay, so as I already discussed, I'm already reinforcing the same thing. So when you talk about talent management, it really matters. I take a research outlook, all kind of research papers, and I'm just projecting their ideas. I'm just condensing all major research papers, which I thought interesting to be shared for today with the research community. Fine. So this is not my model. Okay, this I taken from a research paper. Is a for Indian author, right? So why I taken this paper? Because it talks about everything. Okay, I have taken about antecedents part, consequences part, what is team practices. Okay, so as I already told, the business strategy affects, top management commitment affects, employer branding also affects, employee engagement practice also affects. Okay, so we talk about practices, we talk about talent identification, succession planning, talent management, retention of talents. Okay, these are all repeated practices which you can find in our research papers. Identifying good talent, developing them, retaining them, as succession planning become an important phenomenon in practice. So this is the final side of my discussion. So I just want to spend more time with you. Just find linkage between all the inputs and output process. Okay. So team practices is more of acquiring people, developing, retaining people. It is fully affected or impacted by the left side part, antecedent part. So starting business strategy. Strategy should be supporting your people development. So strategic support, then your top management support. Like as an employee, what kind of brand you have in the society, in the employee market, labor market, okay, and your level of employee engagement activity. So another world of ocean. Okay, the research is employee engagement. Lot of research is there, lot of research papers available. It is being emerging. Yeah, talent management, employee engagement, capacity building, everything. Okay, whatever topic you take, you can find any number of papers nowadays. Thanks to all kind of database available in the world. You need type, engagement, talent management, competency. You can have hundreds of papers, yeah, on research. Okay, as I already told the consequence part, so we have financial compensation, the research is taken. It is very, very difficult to prove. Okay, so we move towards non-financial performance at company level, where we talk about overall company satisfaction, yeah, overall sales performance, what you perceive. Okay, my interest always lies in non-finance performance at employee level. How good you are satisfied, how good you're involved, okay, satisfaction part, involvement part, commitment part, and all other kind of individual behavior orientation. Okay, we talk about commitment, OCVs. Okay. Fine. Okay, the reason behind why I'm sharing this kind of research model or variables or topic means end of the research ends somewhere here only. Okay, all your researchers we'll touch upon some few boxes here and there. You've been touching about only about antecedents, or only practices, or only consequences, or the combination of all the input output process model. Okay, so I think that's the main thing I want to share for today. We talked about what is talent management across global level, how talent is viewed, how talent and practice is viewed. Fine. So we slowly move on to what leads to talent management, supporting factors. If talent management is there, what is the consequences? So today I'm not touched more about TM practices because TM practice everybody knows. It is more how to acquire people, develop people, retain people. That's another separate world of research. Okay. So as I let you know, so this is a comprehensive slide which I'm going to stop right now. Yeah, so if you have any specific questions or any comments to be made, you're welcome. Fine. So it could be a doubt or not only in this slide, in general about research. I like to answer all your queries. As a co-researcher, I can share my thoughts. So any specific queries, I'm happy to address it. So we have about 8 minutes time to close off. So floor is open. It need not
thank
be a
you, sir.
doubt. Yeah, yes, ma. Yes, ma. Just tell me, ma.
Yeah, now we can move on to the question and answer sessions. Anyone have questions? Please mention your name and raise your hand and you will be unmuted and you can ask your questions.
Yeah, it's need not be a question. It can be any kind of doubts in your research, how to progress, how could be anything under the domain of research. Love to answer.
Participants, you can ask your questions.
I know it's very difficult to ask question at this point of time. Research has also proved very well. Post lessons, what happens? But anyway, there are chances to get a network of yourself and exchange your ideas, clarify your ideas. It's kind of reinforcement. Okay, whatever how you your mind can share with us. We also can help co-learning. Yeah, because nobody in the list knows everything. It's all we're all in the process of learning better. There's a lot of knowledge sharing, right? Because people in this particular part of list, maybe you also may be a research person elsewhere, or you may be a startup, or you want to do a PhD or done a PhD, you may be a guide. A lot of people will were at levels of involved. Okay, so our basic purpose is share the knowledge. So in that context, any other comments, observations, any discussion you want to make with us? Okay, that's the purpose of attending a conference. Rather than presenting your research paper, we look to other research papers, look to other research fellow community people, get to know about each other. If it's a physical conference, what happens? You try to move on, go to the lunch table, sit with them, introduce yourself, say about yourself, say about your research areas. Likewise, you can be comfortable in e-conference also. I just scrolled participants multiple of times just to understand how much people are there, what kind of people are there, who are there. At time I was stopped because I could find a chat box blinking, so I just open and see, okay, so and so some which college, which department, which college. There's another perspective of another purpose behind attending a conference. Yeah, we had from 2 o'clock we had a lot of people introducing themselves to the audience, right? We have Batman sir from Chennai, another ma'am from Thuthukudi. Yeah, lot of people. You can just scrolling down the chat box. Likewise, when you have any kind of questions, you'll be allowed to take up. In every question, it could be any kind of comment or any kind of doubts. Your thoughts also can be shared. We're all allowed to listen to you, anybody else. So all become very selfish, nothing to share, nothing to ask. The basic purpose is to listen. That's it. You can also put in chat box.
Thank you.
If you have any reluctant to speak, you can put in chat box. Okay, I got an indication from your MC says thank you. So I think we need to
Yeah.
close off officially. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sir.
So, yeah. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. So
Yeah, thank
that's
you.
my official
Thank
mail
you,
ID.
sir.
So you can be in contact for any
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
research-based discussion. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for your keynotes on the topic. And we'll have a break for 15 minutes and we'll come back to the parallel session of the conference. We'll have a break. And Vikraman, sir, we'll connect you shortly after 15 minutes, sir.
Ramkumar sir.
Sir. Yes, sir. Tell me, sir. The
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome, sir. Vikraman, sir. How are you, sir? I think he's given to be unmuted. Yeah.
You please unmute Vikraman, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Vikraman, sir. How are you, sir?
Fine, sir. Fine.
Yeah, seeing after a long time, being the same locality,
Yes,
we
sir.
couldn't see meet often.
That is,
Yeah.
even though that is in pandemic period, but we have to thank to the technology.
Yes, sir.
Through the help of technology, we can connect. How are you, sir?
Sure, sir. Yeah, doing good, sir.
Yes.
Everything going fine. Okay, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, shall I wind up, sir? Karupsamy, sir, with your permission.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you so
Okay,
much
sir.
for
Thank you.
giving such a wonderful presentation, sir, for us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Welcome,
you so
sir.
much.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome, sir. Bye, sir.
So dear participants, you can take break for 15 minutes. Then you can, then we can continue this session. So thank you so much. Vikram sir, good afternoon, sir. Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Sir, I really thank you, sir, for accept my request, sir.
Yes. It is my pleasure. That is it's been a very good opportunity for me to interact with the faculty as well as the research scholars. It is my pleasure.
Thank you, sir. For the, after the long time, now I am seeing you, sir, through Zoom meeting. So very happy to us, sir.
I am also very happy. Behind you, lot of books are there. Very good ambience that is we are sitting. Very nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. With your support, your motivations, now we are doing, sir.
Yes. You have to do it lot.
Yes, sir. Yes,
This
sir.
is the initial stage. now.
Always
You have
we
to
expect
do
your
lot.
motivation, sir.
Yes. It is for you, definitely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, in few minutes,
Okay.
we'll start the
Good.
session, sir.
No problem. Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Shall we come back to the session? Shall we start the session? I request ladies and gentlemen to join the conference. If all the participants are ready to start the conference, please raise your hand so that we can start the second session. Vikraman sir. Vikraman sir, are you ready, sir? Vikraman sir.
Madam, yes. Yes, madam, I am
Yeah,
ready.
sir. Are you ready to start the session, sir?
Yeah, madam.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
So our HOD will give us short speech.
Okay.
So very good afternoon. Formally, I welcome my dear professor, Dr. Vikraman sir, Associate Professor of the Department of Management Studies, Anna University Regional Campus, Coimbatore. And really, we proud to have the wonderful resource person for this today's session. So formally, once again, I welcome you, sir, for this particular session.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, one and all. Good afternoon, one and all. Myself, Dr. P. Vikraman, Associate Professor.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, we have a welcome
Yes.
welcome speech about you, sir. Shall I?
Okay, madam.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome Dr. Vikraman, sir. He's an associate professor and academic coordinator of Anna University Regional Campus, Coimbatore. He's a former HOD of Business Administration Department and is qualified with MBA, MPhil, MCom, MED, and PGDCA. And he has also finished his doctorate. And his areas of specializations are marketing and HR, research interest, marketing and research. I'm sorry, sir. And his achievements and recognitions are for best management and best faculty award. And without further ado, I would once again like to invite Dr. Vikraman to talk on the topic employees are vital machines. Welcome, sir.
Welcome, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Good afternoon to one and all. I'm Dr. Vikraman, Associate Professor, Anna University Regional Campus. I'm happy to be a resource person for this international conference. First of all, I'd like to convey my sincere thanks to the principal of Kamaraj College, Professor Dr. Nagarajan sir, and Director of Kamaraj College, Professor Dr. A. Arnachalan Rajan sir, and Head of the Department of Business Administration, Dr. R. Karpasamy, and all the faculty members and the research scholars. I would like to convey my sincere good afternoon to everyone. I wish you all for the success of this particular international conference, e-conference on talent management and effective workforce. Actually, that is talent is not going to become coming under that one purview. But then only that is, I'm going to give a lot of information about that. This is, employees are vital machines. How many of them are going to agree, or how many of them are going to criticize? How many of them are going to argue with me? Sir, why you said employees are machines? Is it a right terminology? Employees is a machines or human beings? Employees are vital machines. That means what? The employees are going to become a very much significant role in the organization. I can give one example for this. 10 years old machines have zero book value. 10 years experienced employees are highly valuable in the organization. The machinery have depreciated value. The human employees have appreciated value. I mean, depreciation in the sense what, for every year in books of accounts, we have to give 10% of depreciation for each machinery. But for human being like employees, 10-year-old employees, he may have 10 years experience, he will perform very well. For that is from the yesterday itself, that is there are many experts, Professor Dr. Arnachalam sir, and Professor Doris Badmani madam, and Dr. R.V. Palanivel, and Professor Ram Kumar. Everybody, they said about that particular selection of the right person for the right job. What is going to be the ultimate aim of selection of the right person for the right job? If you select the right person for the right job, no need of supervising, no need of monitoring, no need of motivating, no need of give training to them. He himself have that particular passion. Based upon that, he can perform very well. Better I can select the right person for the right job, then only I can say that is an human resource management, where it starts, where it ends. Human resource management starts with the R to R. It starts with the recruitment to retirement. In recruitment is correct, the retirement, up to retirement, we can retain that particular person. If you are selecting the wrong person through that particular recruitment and selection, so that is, he can go out of the organization. So that means what, the employees turnover will be arised. Employees attrition will be arised. After recruiting the people, if you make retaining them in your organization, that retained employees may make the partnering or associating with you up to the retirement. That is the success of the business. That is the success of the business. That is the success of the organization. This term, that is, employees are vital machines. You cannot, if you have that particular evolutions of management, you may thorough with this particular thing. First, that is in pre-scientific school of management thought, Robert Owen, he said about that particular employees, in 1971 to 1858. He talked about that particular workers are vital machines. The same topic that is I have chosen. Why that is I have chosen this particular Robert Owen title. It is a universal truth. Employees are vital machines. When you provide a good working environment for the employees in the work spot, he will perform very well. He will become a very supportive personality for your productivity. That is, it can increasing the productivity of the organization. By way of that, you can increasing the high quantum of profit is possible only by way of employees. All human beings are very dangerous luggage. That is another author says. Why that all human beings are very dangerous luggage? Everybody's are going. Suppose I kept that particular pen in the next room, it is going to be there. If nobody is disturbing that pen, if I kept any person in the next room, he may be somewhere. Unless otherwise he is not properly supervised, he may go somewhere. Then only all human beings are very dangerous luggage, unless otherwise you are not supervising. But the same thing that is going to be applicable on, if you have select that particular right person for your organization, that is he himself can work for the development of the organization out of the working hours. I think you know very well, those who have that particular passion, he will perform very well. Apart from their working hours, he can work. I think you know very well, this is the international conference you have successfully conducted, that e-conference, talent management and effective workforce. I know very well, I know pretty well about that particular problems or issues in this particular conducting international conference. It is very difficult. I know very well Dr. R. Karpusamy. I mean, he can work for this particular for international conference for the past 1 month. He can frame the title and he consult with the experts and he should coordinate and then management, get the concurrence from the management side, get the concurrence from the professor, principal side, get the concurrence from the faculty and the research scholars. So out of the working hours, suppose they are working, then only that execution is going to be made. Not only to conduct this particular international conference, apart from that, if you have that particular passion, definitely you can do it. Then only, I mean, I'm very much strong in this particular area. Evolutions of management, there are 9 schools of thought. First one, pre-scientific school, pre-scientific management school, and then modern scientific management school, and then management process school, the human relations school, the empirical school, decision theory school, the system school, the mathematical school, and then contingency school. And today, the morning, in the morning, Professor R. Palnivel sir is very much pointed out that systematic way of contingency school is going to be effective. You can take any theory, that contingency theory is going to be a very predominant, because always you cannot go with formula to solve the problem. Apart from that, that external environmental factors, sometimes it may be very much favor to you. In most of the time, it is not going to be favor to you. Under that circumstances, being a manager, how you are going to work in that particular organization, that is contingency school is going to be a effective or universal application of management thought. I can say from that pre-scientific school to contingency school, in each and every school of thought, they are insisting that employees are vital machines. Employees are very much precise in nature. Better you can keep them, keep their talent, keep their passion, keep their interest and all. Success towards the organization. And then not only Robert Owen, and then apart from that, there is another Yall and Towney. There is another author. He postulate about that particular management concept in 1844 to 1924. He postulated that the engineers should study the management concepts. He recommend the management concepts to the engineers. Then only he can manage that entire organization. Engineer may manage the machines individually. Collectively, how that engineer can manage the entire organization, unless otherwise he don't have that idea of management concepts, he cannot execute the work. He cannot make that particular strategic planning. You might think about this talent management is about finding the best person to fill the job opening. But it goes to much deeper than that. It is actually touches the entire employee's life cycle. And then apart from that, that is better you can hire and the right person for the right job. Talent management is focusing on the onboard and the training, reviewing their performance and determining the advancement of opportunities. Finally, it requires the thoughtful long-term talent review. What is that long-term talent review? So there will be a development maybe there. Then only that is initially I told the machines have depreciated value, but human beings have appreciated value. It is a long-term talent review. First year, suppose there will be a comparison between the machine and human being. First 1 hour, the machine is producing 10 units. Similarly, while that employee is joining in the organization, the first 1 hour he may produce 7 units. After next month, that machine is producing 10 units. Next month, that employee can produce 8 units. Now, the another month, that employee can go for 9 units. The another month, the employee can go for 10 units. Now, the machine as well as the human being is producing equally. In the next month, the machine is going to produce only 10 units. In the 6th month, the employee is going to produce 11 units. And the next month, that the employee is going to produce 15 units. And the next month, the employee is going to produce 18 units. But whatever it may be, the machine is going to produce the number of products in the uniform manner. Once that employee is involved with that particular task continuously, consecutively, his proficiency will be improved. The employee's eloquence will be improved. Employee's proficiency and eloquence is improved. Ultimately, the level of productivity will be gradually increased. After 10 years, easily that employee can produce triple the time of the machine produced, what that machine is produced. He can produce more than that. That is the speciality of that particular human being. Then only I said, employees are vital machines. Employees are vital machines. Employees are very much precise in the organization. If you keep that particular employees very well in the organization, that is the level of productivity is going to be abnormal. There are two pillars in the organization. One is employer, the another one is employee. If you treat the employees very well, so that is whenever that employee is happy in the organization, he can stick on with that job for a long duration. By way of that, easily he himself can accompany with that particular job for a long duration. So productivity will be more. That is the requirement of all business. Suppose you are a marketing manager. What will be the customer relationship management? That is, I think you know very well. Everybody may very well about that. Acquiring customer is difficult. Retaining customer is very, very difficult. Third stage, that is a partnering or maintaining customer is very, very, very difficult. That same thing is going to be applicable in marketing, in HR also. But I think you know very well in marketing that satisfied consumer will become a customer. Satisfied consumer will become a customer. That satisfied customer will become a loyal customer. That satisfied loyal customer will become a delighted customer level. If you are going to become a marketing manager, better you can make that particular delighted customer quantum is very high. No need of giving advertisement. No need of going for personal selling. No need of going for pull strategy or push strategy. Nothing necessary. If you increase that particular consumer into customer quantum is high, loyal customer is high, and then delighted customer quantum is high, there will be a strong supporter for your product. They will become a strong supporter for your product. They will support in all circumstances. While you are increasing the price of the product, they never bother. They themselves can compromise. They themselves can console. No need of advertisements. Likewise, in marketing, suppose you are in the position of human resource manager. What you have to do? From recruitment to retirement, that is your purview. From recruitment to retirement, you should be maintaining that particular human being in the organization. That in marketing, that they may be called as external customers. In human resource management, in the organization, the employees are going to become internal customers. When that internal customers are going to become an asset of you, whenever that particular internal customers are satisfied themselves with the organization for a long duration. If you are going to become an employer, better you can satisfy that particular employees. That satisfied employees can stick on with that particular job. They never go for competitive business, competitive job. They never go for that. That satisfied employee will go to that particular next level, which is called the satisfied employee can take that particular job commitment. Normally, that is in the organization, all the employees never take that commitment. That is called the employees encouragement. That satisfied employees can go to that particular level. That is a job commitment they can easily take. That committed employee only can go for job responsibility. The committed employee alone can go for job responsibility. So in your organization, that responsibility of the employees are high. More number of employees are having good responsibility. No need of supervising. No need of giving training. No need of giving instruction to them. That is, it depends. So that is how did you make this particular quantum of committed employees in your organization or responsible employees in your organization by way of proper way of treating the employees? That is called the human relations is going to be a very important factor to decide to increasing the committed employees in your organization. You can take anywhere, you can go anywhere. That is, I'm 58 years old. I had experience with that. Everywhere that some of them may be very committed employees, some of them that is called what after only with that particular working hours only they can work. Some of them that out of the working hours they can work for that. That is the really, it is going to be really related with the real interest of the human being is very, very essential. As per my concern, that is, I am very much acknowledged about that particular Hawthorne studies. Hawthorne Studies, that is Hawthorne plant of Western Electronics Company, had three problems in that organization. That organization is facing continuous, that organization is facing three problems. One is constant productivity. Second one is a high absenteeism, high labor turnover and high absenteeism. There are three problems. Elton Mayo and their associates, they were conducted 5 experiments. Into that, you know very well. It is an illumination experiment and a relay room experiment, mica splitting room study, mass interviewing program, and bank wiring room study. Almost all the experiment, they are focusing and admiring the human relations. They are admiring the employees' welfare. If you provide some facilities for the employees, parallelly productivity will be increased. Whenever the productivity increased, the volume of sales will be increased. Whenever the volume of sales has been increased, automatically, that is the objectives of all kind of business, they can accrue abundant of profit. So what is going to be the base? The base is employees' satisfaction. I don't like to say that is employees' job satisfaction. Why I don't like to say that is employees' job satisfaction? Whenever the employee is satisfied, he is also going to be, his personal work-life balance is going to be good. And then quality of work life is going to be favorable to the job. Ultimately, the job as well as their personal life, everything is going to be happy on it. Apart from that new education policy, presently that both the state government as well as the central government, they are very much particular about the performance to be appraised. Normally, in our previous practice is how far? Previous practice is how far? Whenever the supervisor is recommending to that subordinates, he is working properly, his performance is good, you can get promotion. That Japanese, that is, they are very much particular about that 360-degree appraisal techniques, which was invented by them. How that is, you should get the proper concurrence from your superior. So and so is properly working. Parallelly down to earth, that is, suppose I am working, that is how I can take the class for my students. The students should give feedback about me. And the left side, that is my colleague has to give, that is so and so is a very good faculty to work with us. Is very much to coordinate with us for the sake of team spirit, team building. And then how I am working in my family, my personal life is also going to be taken into account. I may be the good worker in the organization. I may be the bad father in my family to my son, or husband to my wife. I cannot get promotion. They have to give acknowledge. Okay, my husband is working sincerely. He is a very sincere husband to my family. Similarly, my son has to give acknowledgement. That is he is my good father. Then only that promotion may be given. Earlier, that was 360-degree appraisal. Now it has been increased into 720-degree of appraisal into that. Unless otherwise you don't have that particular passion to work in that organization. That is, the management is very much focuses on onboard and training, maybe very much required on that. Earlier, if they have select the right person, initially they have to give training to them. After that, nothing, not necessary to train them, not necessary to go for feedback and all, or performance appraisal. Continuously, the person is going to do his job. Suppose that the employee is going to be very much have that passion and interest to work, I mean, he himself can develop. Apart from his working hours, he can work. He himself can sharpen his efficiency and eloquency in his context. By way of that, his productivity will be very high. Similarly, Captain Henry Metcalf, he insists about that particular talent management of human resources. Use time cards. That is, the time cards has been introduced in the year of 1917. Earlier, that was time cards. Now it is in the form of biometrics. Now it is in the form of ID card. And then material cards to be properly monitored. And then cost estimates. And then comparison of accumulated observation. How that person is producing in the organization. That is the accumulation of productivity. First month the productivity is this much. Second month the productivity is this much. First year the productivity is this much overall. How that productivity of the employee has been increased. I think I mean that now that my faculty members as well as the research scholars may have that doubt. That is how that illumination experiment, that illumination factor increasing the productivity. In the work spot, suppose that the productivity, I mean, illumination factor has been increased, ultimately productivity will be increased. Light effect can increasing the productivity. That is the finding. How many of them are acknowledged? I don't know. Earlier, that is, I had a difference of opinion about that particular illumination factor. Later, I came to know the illumination factor is the important factor to increasing the productivity of the organization. How? In the organization, you know that the work spot is fully illuminated. That the time study and motion study will be, I mean, motion study will be minimized. Time study will be increased. For example, there is one thread, on a needle may be there, thread may be there. Suppose that is a textile unit. That employee wants to insert that particular thread into the needle. The first attempt may be failure, second attempt may be failure, third attempt may be failure, fourth attempt may be failure. Fifth attempt, he insert that particular thread into the needle. That 4 attempt accumulated with the number of employees, even though the employees are in that organization, half a day will be leave. Half a day will be taken as a holiday, because failure attempt is going to be waste. How you can improve that particular productivity of the employees in the work spot by way of giving proper illumination. Later, that is the entire, they declared Elton Mayo and their associates, McGregor, Chester Bennett, Abraham, Maslow, Charles Babbage, everybody, that is associates under the head of Elton Mayo, they were declared illumination factor will increasing the productivity of the organization. It can, I mean, indirectly, it is going to increasing the talent of the employees in the organization. Later, that is another important factor, that is providing reduction of working hours can increasing the productivity. Why I said that is employees are vital machines. Is it possible reduction of working hours can increasing the productivity? It is an adverse concept. Before, I mean, after independence, I think most of them may aware about that. Not only for the industries, it is very much applicable for the agricultural industries also. Working hours is going to be 12 hours per day. 12 hours per day. Morning 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock they will come. Evening by 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock they will go their home. Continuously they are working for in the agricultural industry 12 hours. productivity is normal. Because the unnecessary movement of the employees in the work spot is wide. Nowadays, the working hours is going to be only 6 hours. Productivity is high. How? That is, reduction of employees' working hours can increasing the productivity. Concentration may be high. Their level of productivity is also going to be very much high on that. Similarly, there are plenty of examples on it. Similarly, Mica splitting room study. Whenever that manager is working in the, even though he is sitting in the air-conditioned room in the bank, the other people are going to watch, the other people are going to monitor that manager, whether the manager is properly working or not. The manager can see the employees, whether they are working or not. There will be an internal audit may be happened, or internal verification, internal check may be made. Both of them are going to be worked properly. Earlier, it may be that Mica splitting room. Now it has been increased in the form of a surveillance camera. Somebody else are watching you. We are going to work properly. In my room, that is, I think you know very well, in the door, there is a glass is there. When that is, I am going to be very much perfect. Where somebody else are watching me, I can work properly. Then only all the government organization as well as the private organization, the door is not going to be fully covered. In one portion may be visualized. They can put that particular see-through glass on it. By way of that see-through glass on it, that is wait a minute. Sir, class. Whenever it is in the form of see-through glass, everybody's are going to perform very well. That is the findings of this research. Later, that is a mass interviewing program. The employees are financially motivated and non-financially also motivated. Better you can provide that facilities for them. And supervisor, in bank wiring room study, supervisor cadre alone is going to increasing the productivity of the organization. That is likewise. Similarly, that is F.W. Taylor's and Henry Fayol. Everybody is that is they insist about that employees are vital machines. Earlier, that free mid-morning lunch may be provided in Hawthorne studies in relay room experiment. Nowadays, most of the IT company, most of the private sector and the public sector, they have given free mid-morning lunch for the employees in the work spot itself. It is going to increasing the productivity. Apart from that, which it leads to employees' job satisfaction. They need not come with the food for the work spot. That food will be provided in the work spot. They themselves psychologically free. They need not disturb their family. By way of that, people are going to concentrate on their work high. Definitely their productivity will be increased on it. Naturally. Naturally, it is going to be happen. That is how far that the committed employees segment is going to be very high in the organization. How you can create that particular committed employees segment. If the committed employee segment is very high, everyone can take the responsibility, job responsibility. Everyone is ready to take job responsibility. That means what? Everyone is going to act as a owner of that particular concern. There is a very good example, maybe known by you. TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel Company, which was started in the year of 1952. That company was started. From day one onwards, the employees' attrition rate is very low in TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel Company. What is the reason behind it? What is the reason that the employees' attrition rate is very low? Every year, that is the bonus may be in the form of rupees as well as the bonus shares will be given for the employees. whenever that shares are more in the hands of Tata employees, Tata Iron Steel Company employees, that employee will become a owner of that particular concern. Everybody's are going to be committed. Yearly once that Ratan Tata can visit that particular organization, because the employees, that is, they think this is my organization. Better you can create that kind of attitude among themselves. I think you know very well nowadays that is not only IT companies, almost all the companies, they are very much particular about, instead of providing instead they are very much particular about aptitude of the students. They are very much particular about attitude. Aptitude means what? Skill. Than that skill, that attitude is very, very important. Positive attitude they might have, which it gives more energy for the employees in the organization. So most of the companies, they have given more priority for aptitude than the aptitude. They will give more priority for attitude. If you have that good attitude among you, they will select you. That aptitude, I will train them, no problem. I will train them by way of training and development. I can improve them. I can improve their proficiency. I can improve their productivity performance. The talent management is going to attract the selection and the recruitment and the employees, which it involves the combination of human resource processes across the employee's life cycle. It encompasses the workforce planning and the employee's engagement, then learning and development, performance appraisal, recruiting on the business, and the succession and the retention of employees in your organization. If you have good quantum of retention of employees in your organization, they will perform very well. They will perform very well in your organization. That is the real intention of the human being, real intention of the employees in the organization, which it leads to success of the organization. That success became that employees' job satisfaction. How you can create that job satisfaction of the employees. Nowadays, that is due to that pandemic situation from 2020 January onwards, 2019 December onwards. For the past 2 years, most of the industries has been closed, lockdown. Education institutions, till now we cannot interact with the students in physical. Through online only we are teaching. Through online only, that is, they are writing the examination and all. I mean, how many faculty members are very much happy? I mean, as per my concern point of view, that is, without seeing the employees, our students' face, I cannot found that is whether that particular students are happy with my lecturing or not happy, whether they understood that particular concept of lecturing or not. I may be in one corner, the students may be in another corner. That interaction proportion is going to be very much less. Now, one second year, that is 1 month only, that is, we are going to take the classes for our students. Now only the students are realizing, sir, that is, we are really missing that classroom atmosphere, sir. They are missing that particular classroom environment. That is the requirement of us. That is, they are voluntarily come and express their views. On the other side, that is, we said, we are also not happy. Otherwise, that is chalk and talk, interact with them. There is no emotional binding between the faculty members as well as the students community. To understand each other is going to be very difficult in this pandemic situation. And then into that, There are various components may be connected with that talent management. That is a talent to be acquired. Earlier, that was job costing or contracting. Now it may be in the form of hiring the employees by way of outsource. The terminology may be different, but the concept is same. Very large company, they cannot make all kind of works among themselves. They can do just some outsource work or job costings to some of the ancillary industries. They will support them. There will be an association between that particular principal company as well as the ancillary companies. They can do that particular productivity by way of developing your organizational goals and the strategic plan. The strategic plan is going to be the first step on it. Talent to be acquired, brain drain. Why that brain drain has happened? Here we have talent. In host countries, they require that particular talent. There is an accusation may be possible on it. After acquiring the talented employees, retention. How does you make that particular retention of employees in your work spot? How you can retain them? Retaining is not going to be very difficult. It is not going to be easy. It is very difficult, very, very difficult. Then only I can say that the employees are vital machines. Why I said the employees are vital machines? If you treat them in a good manner, productivity will be high. If you treat them in a wrong manner, they will retaliate. They will react in a negative way. There is a lot of examples, maybe. In Coimbatore itself, there is one company that is very nearby our campus. That is a Pricol company. That HR manager was assassinated in the work spot itself by the employees because of the treatment. He is not properly treat the employees. He will react in a negative way. If you treat them well, productivity will be high. Not only I can repeatedly say that if you select the right person for the right job, no need of supervising, no need of monitoring, no need of guiding, no need of training. He himself can perform very well. And then apart from that, I can say the another one, there is zero maintenance cost of the employees. If you procure that particular machinery, I mean, first year that it can work in a very good manner. Second year it can work in a very good manner. Third year there will be some parts may be depreciated. Fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, seventh year. Whenever it is a 10 years old machinery, there are different types of components, maybe accessories may be very much required. You should replace it, then only that machine can work. But the employees are not like that. Employees, 10 years old human being, employees, you need not supervise them, you need not spending money for their maintenance. You need not give training to them because you know about that particular work thoroughly. That is why you can very much involve with this particular task. That maintenance cost may be less. Whenever the maintenance cost is less, productivity will be high, savings will be high. In marketing, it may be consumer surplus. In HR, it may be human resource surplus. Surplus of employees are happy with your organization. They can build your organization in a very successful manner. Whenever that organization is very successfully going, it is going in a positive symbol, sign. Productivity is going to be very much increased. Learning and motivation is not required for the satisfied employees. And then performance management, automatically the performance will be increased in the manner of increased manner. That trend analysis can go in a upward trend. Like in economics, it is as like supply curve. It is going upward. And then apart from that, recently that is compensation may be, apart from their salary, the compensation may be given nowadays. Whenever you have recruited that particular right person for the right job, that compensation may be not abnormally you have to give. What is the reason behind it? He need only psychological happiness about the job. For example, suppose that is, I think you know very well, that is in the personality type, one personality may be called as locus of control personality. That type of personality may be accustomed with some of the event-based personality. Event-based personality. Suppose without ball, somebody else can bowling. Ball he himself can act as a bowler without ball. Better you can give that opportunity, give that ball to them. He will perform very well. He will bowl very well. Without mic, somebody else can sing a song. If you given that particular mic and on other environment, you create that particular environment, automatically he will become a very good singer. Because it is their own interest. Why? That is, I am coming for this particular teaching profession. That is my own interest. If I am going to the organization or companies, I can earn more. But only the thing that is, he can now in teaching profession, I can earn more number of people, more number of students. More number of students are throughout the world. There are so many students are working throughout the world. That is the credit for the teaching profession. And then apart from that, whenever that particular employees are satisfied into that job, that career development may be very much good. That promotion may be given, psychological promotion, appreciation, level of appreciation. Whenever the level of appreciation is high, for some of them that is called what they may expect monetary assistance. Some of them that is called what award, reward, appreciation, merit certificate, and all. It is going to motivate them, which it leads to success of the succession of the planning. That's which it gives more success of the organization. How does you create that particular committed employees in your organization? If you increase that particular committed employees in your organization, you will become a successful human resource manager. If you increase that particular committed employees can take the responsibility. It is my organization. It is my institution. It is my table, chair. It is my room. It is my like that. That is, the person is going to maintain that particular portfolio successfully. He'll perform very well. He will perform very well naturally. Whenever he is performing very well in that particular organization successfully, that both the owner of that particular concern as well as the employees team, they will be very much happy. Then only that is a talent management is a strategic deployment of human resource to help to reach the business goals, specifically by hiring. It may be hiring or developing and retaining the best employees in the market for the specific industry. For the specific industries, the employee can perform very well through that. Is it correct or not? How many of them are acknowledged? Then only I can say that is employees are vital machines. and then the retirement may be the end of that particular human being in the organization. But his knowledge is going to be very much high for the asset of the organization. For everybody's, that is, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to you for patiently listening. My note: employees are very much vital machines. Once again, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to the principal of this Kamaraj College, Professor Dr. D. Nagarajan sir, and director of this institute, Professor A. Arunachalan Rajan sir, and head of the Department of Business Administration, Professor R. Karupusamy, and all. Really, I am very happy that is, you have given a very good opportunity to share my ideas with this teaching fraternity, as well as the research scholars, to enrich their knowledge out of this international e-conference. Any other queries you have about that employees are vital machines, you can share with your ideas with me. I am very much pleasure. That is the real intention behind this particular sharing of ideas with you. Now I'll give the opportunity for the scholars as well as the faculty fraternities to share with me. Any other queries regarding my lecture? The questions are invited.
Sir, very good evening, sir. I'm
Good
Santosh.
evening,
I'm Santosh.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, sir, through this online platform. It was a wonderful session. You made us to get more clarity about what is talent management and talent administration and different kind of things. Sir, actually, you have mentioned something about employee retention.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah. Regarding that, I have one question, sir.
Yes, sir.
And in between, you were to be a kind of people
Yes.
and all.
Yeah.
Wherever we are going to work in an organization,
Yes.
there will be two kind of people. Actually, for example, if we give a 10 rupee increment yearly, there are personality A people who are who ready to commit themselves more with an organization. And fortunately or unfortunately, we are the people who committed to work with personality B maximum. If organization do many things also, there are people they're not ready to get satisfaction with anything. And the talent war globally also it is more. In case in present scenario, it is easy to get freshers to work in an organization. But the same task is a difficult task to the HR professional to convert them as a permanent employee or a loyal employee to an organization. Really difficult task. There are organizations, if they find the actual talent, they are ready to pay more. Though we give more training, induction, onboarding to employees, if they get more salary with other companies, they have a fancy way of migration.
Yes.
Even the organization do more input towards employee retention. After the end of the day, there will be no meaning. If another organization is going to give after 3 years, if he or she is going to get 20 or 30,000 more, automatically they are going to join with other organization only. So in that case, how this talent management helps to retain the actual skillful employees who contributes more to the organization. Once they realize themselves, I'm very skillful. So in that case, from the point of view, salary, it's not a remuneration. My point of view, salary is an investment towards an employee.
Yes.
If we invest more also, there are people who's ready to switch over themselves within a fraction of a second. So how
Yes.
this talent management helps to retain that people, sir?
Yes, yes. Very good, Mr. Santosh. Very good question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
How does you retain the employees in your organization? Retention of employees in your organization. Then I have given one example for you.
Yes, sir.
If you go through that particular company's and profile, TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel Company,
yes,
which was incepted in the year of 1952. From 1952 to till date, 0% of strike, 0% of lockout. Employees turnover is very, very least. That is a part of, I mean, they never go for, because of their personal reasons, some of them, very few percentage, 0.0%, 0.01% of the employees may switch over from, I mean, not switch over, I mean, that is, they are relieving from their job.
Yes, sir.
What is the reason? That the employee, I mean, there are 4 types of leadership styles, you know very well. Autocratic type of leadership style, democratic type of leadership style, participatory type of leadership style, and the free rein type of leadership style. That TISCO is following that participatory type of leadership style. How much of bonus is required? You come and sit with us. All the employees, trade union people are going to sit together with the employer. Both of them are going to decide about the bonus percentage. Under that circumstances, there will be no controversy between the employees and the employee. So, and then, so that means how much of this much of profit we earned, how much of profit, how much of share that is you required as a bonus. And then apart from this much of bonus I am going to give it to you, this much of shares I am going to give it to you. So all the employees are going to become an owner of that particular concern. If you follow that particular type of strategy, that retention strategy, so better, instead of giving a bonus in the form of money alone, one portion may be given in the form of money, the another portion may be given in the form of shares of the company, equity shares of the company. Automatically, that employee will become an employer of that particular concern. That is, he himself. That is, this is not. He is not a owner of that particular concern. I am also owner of that particular concern. Better, you can create that kind of situation in the organization. Automatically, that the employee can very much associate with them. Employees' involvement will be very, very high. Employees' commitment may be very much possible. Anyone can take the responsibility of the organization. That is the success of the business.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And that was a superb presentation from your side.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, sir? Sir, any question? One more question. Yes, Surya. So, Surya. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, whatever it may be. This is only sharing of knowledge.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. This is Lubna from Vanyambadi College. I have a question to ask you. In general, when any staff is appointed in a college, they usually take on the basis of their skills, on the basis of the knowledge, on the basis of experience, and that all counts as a talent. But why is in India alone that talented people, they are appointed in prestigious institution, no matter what institutions they are, but only for a very cheap and for a very low salary base? Why is that so? This is the basic question to be raised by every Indian, either it be an institute, educational or company or anything. People take up only for a talent base, but when it comes to salary wise, they are being very paid low. Why is this so? And how can this situation actually be referred and can be actually revitalized?
Yes, very correct, madam. Surya, madam, very good, very nice question. This is the, I mean, what you said, that is an underemployment or under salary that is they are working.
Under salary.
Under salary.
Yeah.
I mean, job responsibility is the same. Same work, low pay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, same work, low pay. Very, very nice. Very nice question. This kind of circumstances has been happened from 2020 to 2019 to 2021 only. Earlier, this kind of circumstances was there?
No, even prior to Corona, also we had this issue, sir. But very familiarized with Corona times.
Yes, yes. Very. I mean, it is not only there, madam, because that sources of revenue for the institution is minimized. Ultimately, that benefit share remuneration will be given for the employees is also going to be minimized. It is everywhere which it happens. It is to be eradicated because why that is same work different pay or same work low pay, that will be compensated after that economical has been revamped. Actually, that is both the state government as well as the central government. They wanted to break the corona chain. Instead of breaking the corona chain, that is, they were break the economical chain also. Then only that revenue and the per capita income and the national income and education institution income and then industrial income, that is everything has been fully affected with that. Then only this kind of circumstances has been happened. In due course, that will be revamped. That will be solved in future. In future, definitely. In future, it will be definitely it is to solve, madam. Even in foreign country itself, that is, they are reducing the remuneration for the employees, remuneration for the faculty members. What is the reason behind it? Only the thing that is an economical condition is going to be like that. The crisis of the economical crisis, which it affects the employees' remuneration. No other source. Okay, madam. Madam, are you satisfied? Okay, madam. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, madam.
Do anyone have questions?
Yes, yes.
Anyone have questions? Please, you can ask your questions.
Anyone? Any questions?
Anybody wants to ask question? Dear participants? Sir, okay, sir. Sir, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Goswami.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful session and talking on the topic employees are vital machines and giving a brief talk about it and keeping our participants interacted. And thank you, participants, for interacting with the guest speaker. And we'll go for the vote of thanks. Thank you, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is the end of the second day conference. I'm thankful to all the guests and participants to this ceremony and making this second day of the conference a successful one. Thank you, everyone. And please fill the feedback form. It will be taken for your certificate. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Vikraman, sir, for your cooperation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Healthy Stephen. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I request. Thanks. I request the participants to switch on your camera so that we can have a snap of your faces. Please switch on your cameras, participants.
Okay, thank you so much. Sir, really, I want to thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Karupsamy sir.
Thank you, sir, for wonderful presentation today. You done.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shall I
And
wind up, sir?
thank you, dear pod.
Dear participants, please fill the feedback form. It is posted in the chat box. It will be taken for your attendance and your certificate. I request everyone and all to fill the form.
Thank you, sir. Shall I wind up? Sir? Karupsamy sir? Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir, you can, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Those who fill the feedback form can leave the meeting. Participants who haven't filled your feedback form, please fill it and you can leave. After filling the feedback form, you can leave the conference. Participant, after filling your feedback form, you can leave the meeting. It's a kind request. Participants, please fill your form and you can leave. Participants, have you filled your forms? Shall I wind up? If you have filled the form, we can wind up the meeting. Please copy the form so that we can wind up the meeting. Participant, please copy the feedback link and keep so that you can fill it later. Thank you.
End பண்ணிடலாமா மேடம்?